to be kind. Why? 'Cause I shared this a couple times this summer with youth conferences, but it was really hard to share. It's my Minnesota accent. I was speaking with this person I love very much, and he was saying, this is like 2 months ago, and we were talking about tattoos, and neither of us have tattoos, and he was like, I say, hey, bud, would you ever get a tattoo? And he's like, yeah, I think I would. I was like, what would you get? And he said, I think I'd get a swan. So I started making fun of him. I'm like, what, swan? Oh my gosh, yeah. And I'd get the Karate Kid, and we could have the crane technique and the swan, and I'm like, but then actually he started explaining why, and I started crying, and I'm like, oh, sorry, he said this, because my whole life growing up, I felt different than everyone else. So my whole life growing up, I look around and everyone seems like a duck. And all the guys like all the girls, and all the girls like all the guys, and I'm like, I'm not like that. He's like, my whole life, I felt just like I didn't fit. Like there was something profoundly wrong with me. Like wrong with me. Not just wrong with I'm attracted this way or that way, but there's something like I didn't belong. And then he said when he was 27, that's when he finally acknowledged out loud to me, to anyone, no, I'm gay. And he said, I experienced this and I met other people who had the same experience. I'm like, oh wait, so we're like each other. Like I'm not the ugly duckling. I'm a swan. And I would argue, of course, with the ontological thing about this. I would argue with that, but that was not the moment to argue, because unless you bridle your mouth, your religion is in vain. I was just there to listen to this guy talk and say, I've always felt like I didn't fit in. I'm like, here his brother is a priest talking about this stuff all the time. He's one of our students on the college campus, and I'd be preaching about same-sex attraction in a way that I think is like, oh, super compassionate and super patient and super kind. And the whole time, he's sitting there thinking, see, I don't fit. See, I don't belong. And this person is someone that when I was 12 years old, and he was 2, I'd said, I'm going to spend my life for him. I don't know why. He was 2, and I was 12. And he felt like he didn't belong. I would say, I never rejected you. It doesn't matter, because he felt rejected. Say, dude, you always belong. That's important, but in some ways it doesn't matter because he didn't feel like he belonged. So that's step 4, it's absolutely necessary to be kind. We have no idea what someone's perception of it would come up. I'd watch a certain movie and it was good except for this one scene where they included this whole homosexual relationship thing, and I'm just like, it just bothers me. Here I am saying this. Now, if I'm talking to someone who doesn't experience that, we're just talking. But now I'm talking to my little brother who experiences this, and he's told nobody his whole life. And he's like, okay, mental note. Don't tell Michael that. Rule number 4 for walking with our brothers and sisters is just be kind. Because we have no idea.